What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today you might have noticed we're zoomed out quite a bit today, and that's because we are taking a look at something big. And when I say big, I genuinely mean big. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra-Magnus. Now, I would like to show the figure off, and actually I might be able to show it off here. Just a little, he's just a little bit chungussy. But here we have the Commander Class Ultra-Magnus, and today that's what we're going to be taking a look at. And y'all know the rules, we don't take a look at this first, we take a look at that first. So we're going to remove the Magnus out of the frame here, and we'll take a look at the box. And in terms of said box here, I must say this is quite a nice looking box that we do have here. We have Magnus all in his robot mode, coming out to just come and save the day. Like he does, got Magnus on that side, and on the back of the packaging we have all of the glorious bits and bobs that you can have and show off here on and or in car mode and or in vehicle mode and or in robot mode. So yeah, but that's what's going on there. And on this side we have the same image on the front, and on this side here we have the Autobot arc. So yeah, removing this off to the side here and bringing the big chungus into the big frame here. Here we have the Commander Class Ultra-Magnus. Now, I am really stoked to have this guy. You guys have no idea how much I have wanted this Commander Class particularly, because this guy was super difficult to get a hold of for a while until Hasbro was like, fine, we'll re-release you. So that's what they did. Now, in terms of accessories, he does come with a couple of them, and the couple of them that he does come with is he comes with not just one, but he comes with two different blasters here. We'll take a look at this one real quickly. Comes in a clear plastic, but y'all know Hasbro, they like to spoil us with some good paint jobs sometimes. And, of course, the only place that I know of to place this would be on this port right here. There's not really any other place it can go. And there's the same thing with this one. And here we have the little bit of a larger gun going on here. So, and as I stated, there's only really one place you can store this, and that's with a port. That's right here on this side. And you can only store it like that, or you can... There is a little bit of a half port right there, so you can store that like so. So yeah, there's that. But for the sake of this, we're just going to remove them and keep them off to the side here. And you do get a couple of blast effects parts. You do get a couple of them here. So here is this one. This is pretty much just the same one that came with Omega Supreme here. So, or Siege Omega Supreme, excuse me. And these two pieces are just little bits here, and they are supposed to fit on top of the guns. And the guns have large, very large blast effects ports that you can just have these pieces into. So you can just have them going on like that. So yeah. And there is one more thing you're supposed to be able to do with these, and that involves these little guys. So you're supposed to remove said rockets from the front here, and what you can do now with these is you're allowed, well, I mean, not you're allowed to, but you're supposed to take, let's take these two particular ones here, and we'll move this off to the side. You're going to take your little rocket pieces, you're going to push them in there, and then you're going to shove those in there. However, this one's a little loose, just be aware. So, put this one right in there, and then shove that one on in there, and there you have that. He's now firing his rockets from the rocket pods on his cannons there, which I do think looks really nice. So let's put these back, and then we shall get this guy into some scale comparisons, and then we shall transform him, and then we shall get into final thoughts, and then we shall rank him, and we shall end out the year 2025 on a high note. So here he is next. Let's see if I can get all this in frame here. So here he is next to our previous 86 review. Here he is next to Leader Soundwave. Here he is next to Leader 86 Galvatron. His murderer. Here he is next to 86 Retgar, his savior. Here he is next to Rodimus Prime, Kingdom Rodimus Prime to be specific. And finally, here he is next to 86 Commander Prime. Alright, so now I do know that there's a couple things here that we're going to have to do, and removing these is the very first thing we're going to need to do. So we're going to remove those because we kind of need some space to work with this stuff here. So first thing you're going to do, as it kind of showed, was I split this already. We're going to take that, we're going to untab it from here. There's a little tab piece that goes right there, and we're just going to take this and we're going to just bring it out like so. And that's going to live like that. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Take this, untab it, and you're just going to flip this all the way on the inside like that. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of just take these pieces here, make sure they just collapse in on themselves like so, down like this. And then we're going to work on these arms here. Take these pieces, you're going to fold these panels inward like so. Going to come to this panel here, open it up, take it and shift this whole section forward, and then close that back up. And then you're going to come to this section here, you're going to bring this around like so. First you're going to open this up, and then you're going to bring this around like that, and then close that panel up like that. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Take this panel here, open it up, accordion, collapse. Take this panel here, fold it all the way around. Take this armature section here, fold this all the way forward. So you just kind of hear everything kind of solidify or feel that it's all solid in place. And there you have that done. All right, now we're going to work on this piece. And to do so, we are going to need to bring these pieces up like so, just so we can work with everything. First thing you're going to do is you're going to want to come to this back section here, or this side section, which is very, very tightly in place. Once we get this thing out of transformation or in robot mode, it's never going to be put back into vehicle mode, just so everybody's aware. Yeah. This is how this is supposed to work. You're supposed to take this panel here, and you're supposed to, there we go. Geez, that was annoying. Take this, open it up, do the same thing on this side, flip that open, take this, open that up, all the way, like so. Really quickly before I forget, let's take these panels, open them up, close these down, closes up, open them up, take this, fold this bit down as well, take this bit, fold that down, take this, fold this down, and then come to these sections, flay them out just enough, and then take this bit and rotate it all the way around. Now we can work on the cab a little bit more successfully. I do apologize, folks. Normally, I do a little bit more research when it comes to this stuff, but because this is a brand new figure and things are happening all at once here, we are just going to work with what we've got. So, take this, I'm going to shimmy this all the way around the back like so. Once we've taken these wheels here and collapsed them all the way down, going to make sure this headpiece is going to line all the way up with everything and fold forward like so. And then once all of this stuff here is kind of just done like so, take this, fold this up, and just kind of bring it all the way around up like so. This is a very, very frustrating mold. Take this, fold that all the way in, and then you're good to go there. Next, come to this, make sure these smokestack sections are folded up just enough, and then you're going to fold this all the way around, and then make sure those smokestack sections are folded again downward like so, and then shift the whole chest downward. There is a shift joint back here, right here on this hinge here, and then make sure all of that shifts backwards, and then take this piece and fold it all the way backwards, and that will complete the backpack. Fold up the head, take this section here, and you're going to collapse all of this down after we push this outward, like so, to complete the chest. Take this, collapse it inward, and straighten it all out. Make sure everything is all in its spots that it's supposed to be. Yeah, we want this to come forward. There we go. We want this to come forward. And you're going to, again, just move it forward. Kind of just make sure everything is supposed to go in its spots. We're getting there. We're getting there, folks. And then take this and collapse it down. Shift all this downward, like so. And then make sure that tabs into place. Take these red pieces, and these are going to fold into place on top of these two tabs right there. You guys' brains broken yet? Because mine is. However, on a brighter note, we are on the final stretch. So, next thing you're going to do is you're going to take these wheels, and you're just going to shift them all the way up like so. They kind of just softly tab into place with it. So just kind of shift them up, and then take this section here, bring it all the way down, rotate that down, and then fold all of this up, and then this all just kind of rests in place. Kind of want to make sure that those wheels, again, make sure they stay where they're supposed to be, and there you have a leg all done. Do the same thing on the other side. Take this piece here, shift it down, fold that down all the way. Take this, fold it all the way around. And then make sure everything just squeezes together tightly, nice and tightly. And then I forgot to shift these wheels all the way up, but there you have that. And there you have... Hold on, we're not quite done yet. Got to bring in the missile pods. Got to bring in all the extra good bits. Bring that there. There's that. Take this, pop that right there. Let's get the guns. Pop those in place here. There we go. Very, very tight joints. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is you're supposed to take these and you're supposed to flip these pieces down. You don't have to, but it says to do so in the instructions, and we are doing so with just that. So, anyways, here you have Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra-Magnus. And I gotta say, this figure, oh my goodness. Okay, the transformation on this guy, I definitely could do without all that transformation. That was way too much transformation. But all things considered, I do appreciate it, and I do love the fact that it does come out looking like this. Now, before we get too far into certain things, we are going to get into some thoughts here. And first thought is, I definitely love the fact that we do have a matrix chamber. It does pop open. You can play with the matrix, and the matrix does pop out. I haven't popped this one out yet, but it does come out of this of the matrix chamber. And it's the same matrix that Galvatron and Optimus Prime are holding. It's the same exact one entirely. Just a slightly different paint job. So just to prove this, we're going to... It's the same exact matrix from Prime. And because we also have this one sitting here, it's the same exact matrix that Galvatron has. So all of them are the exact same. Just this, I think the crystal is just they're just slightly different versions of the Energon crystals inside. So now that we've done that, let's remove Galvatron and let's remove Prime from their spots. So let's put the matrix back in his chamber right there. And then let's close it all back up. So there we go. Now, what do I think of this figure so far? Well, I think it's a really wonderful looking figure. I love the fact that we have nice tight ratchet joints, although just a little too tight, but not terribly too tight. We have all of that going on. We have the fact that it is cartoon accurate. We've got I think we also have light piping returning to the figure. Dude, this is a very good figure. Like, seriously, I'm very glad that I traded my Combiner Wars one up for this. I'm very glad that I did that, because this is just an amazing figure. So, anyways, let's get him into scale comparisons, then we'll get into the absolute final thoughts, and then we shall rank and end the video. And we shall end the year, so seriously, you all need to have a very good, fantastic year. What are your guys' resolutions? Write them down in the comments below before the end of the year. So yeah. Anyways, here he is next to 86 Soundwave. One of the newest of the leader classes going on in the 86 line. Here he is next to 86 Retgar. Mine has problems standing sometimes. Here he is next to 86 Galvatron. Seriously, still kind of confused as to how he murked him. You know? Clearly massive difference in size. Here he's next to Rodimus. And finally, here he is with Prime. Alright, so getting into final thoughts here. Okay, firstly, it's Ultra-Magnus. Can't go wrong with that. Definitely cannot go wrong with the fact that it is Ultra-Magnus, and it is also a very, very good figure. However, transformation is a little complicated, but then again, if you're going to pay $100 for that, I suppose you're going to get the $100 engineering factor, so I can't complain about that there. Definitely love the Matrix Chamber. One thing I will say to Hasbro before we continue, this slide joint on the back here, right here, this one right here, I had to modify and fix this twice, because this thing was so loose, the cab was just falling apart, and it refused to stay put and tabbed in. So it it just refused to stay there, and the whole cab and the top of it would just come off. And take note entirely, that is one thing you guys definitely need to fix, is that mushroom slider peg. So, or the mushroom slider joint, excuse me. So, seriously, if you guys can get on top of that, you guys got yourself a golden goose of a figure here. Other than that, transformation-wise, it's a little bit much, but at the same time, you know, you're not spending $100 to give this to your 6-year-old nephew. You're spending $100 on this thing because it's going to go on your shelf and on your collection, as this is going to be in mine. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's rank this figure. Now, I do love this figure in the sense that it is a nice big chungussy figure. It definitely gives the epitome to Commander class for sure. And I love the fact that it has that engineering. I love the fact that we have ratchet joints. I love the fact that we've also got light piping. I love the fact that they even bothered to give us effects parts for this. So again, I'm very grateful for that. What I'm not grateful for though, oh, there is one thing I did completely forget to do in the transformation, and that is his knees are on a double joint. So you do want to pop these up. So I do apologize for that. There. Now he doesn't look so squat. Sorry about that. But I do think it's a little complicated for that. But then again, like I said, you're not spending $100 to give this to your 6-year-old nephew. You're spending $100 on this to put in your collection and have it sit on a shelf. So, yeah. I don't know what I should really rank this. I think it's going to be one of those oddball ones that I'm going to have to... I think I'm going to rank this an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10 seems like a really reasonable and worthwhile number to give this thing, because 8.5 out of 10 means, like, I would 100% recommend you get this if you can afford it, okay? I know that times are tough. I know people's wallets are hurting in certain areas that they definitely need them to not be hurting. So, seriously, there's a toast hair falling down. out of the sky. But the point being is that this figure is an 8.5 out of 10. The transformation, while it was a little bit long and a little bit laborious, I do think that the robot mode pulls off that transformation pretty darn well. Do I think this is definitely something everybody should 100% go out and buy? If you can afford it and you want to afford it and you want to acquire it, again, I think it's a worthwhile figure to acquire. I just don't know if it's worth it for everybody in their budget. So if you can acquire this one, go for it. Get a hold of it if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. There's plenty of other great Ultra-Magnus figures that you can get a hold of. So, yeah. Anyways, that is my review for the Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra-Magnus. And this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to subscribe for more content. Do not forget to leave a like on this video. Do not forget to hit that notification bell, and also, once again, do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick's Voice Rail, Riveted Rail Fan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild, Kit and Cat 999, Ice Star 552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, Lemon Lime Studios, Zaga the Animator, Corey Tucker from Facebook, Lil Erm, and what the heck, we'll throw them out there anyways as well, Winter Night. So please do not forget to go check out and subscribe to all of them as well. And this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys and have a happy new year. Also, don't forget to leave your New Year's resolutions down in the comments below. I would love to know what they are. So anyways, thank you and have a wonderful rest of your year. We will continue this in 2026. Goodbye.